Hey everyone, welcome back to. Today we're exploring the SORA update for ChatGPT. You might be familiar with ChatGPT, a generative pre-trained transformer model that's been making waves in the tech world. Known for its creative text formats and engaging outputs, it's been a go-to for many AI enthusiasts. However, it's not been without its critics, who have often highlighted its occasional factual inconsistencies and nonsensical responses. That's where SORA comes in. Standing for state-of-the-art reasoner, SORA is an update designed to address these concerns. It's been developed with a focus on enhancing factuality and logical reasoning in ChatGPT's responses, aiming to deliver a more accurate and coherent output. This upgrade is not just cosmetic. It represents a significant shift in ChatGPT's capabilities. The SORA update has expanded ChatGPT's knowledge base, meaning it can now access and process a larger pool of factual information. It has also revamped the reasoning architecture, prioritizing logical coherence in the generated responses. But is it enough to make ChatGPT a true competitor in the field of AI language models? Well, that's the burning question. It's clear that SORA has been designed with the aim of taking ChatGPT to the next level, making it a more formidable contender against Google's LaMDA or Meta's BlenderBot. However, as with any technology, the proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the output. Over the next few minutes, we'll be putting SORA to the test. We'll be asking complex questions, checking out its improved factual accuracy, and assessing its reasoning capabilities. So with the SORA update, has ChatGPT become a true competitor to Google's LaMDA or Meta's BlenderBot? Let's find out. Before we dive in, let's recap what ChatGPT is and what it's known for. It's an AI language model that has been making waves for its creative text formats and engaging outputs. But it's not been without its criticisms, particularly when it comes to factual inconsistencies and occasional nonsensical responses. This is where SORA, or state-of-the-art reasoner, comes in. Designed to address these issues, SORA aims to bring a new level of factual accuracy and logical reasoning to ChatGPT. So, what are the key upgrades in SORA? Well, there are two major areas of improvement: knowledge base expansion and a revamp of the reasoning architecture. Firstly, SORA boasts a significantly larger and more up-to-date knowledge base. This means that it has access to a wealth of factual information and real-world context that it can draw upon. It's like giving an already smart AI a massive encyclopedia and saying, "Go wild." The result? More accurate and contextually relevant responses. Secondly, the reasoning architecture has been completely redesigned. This isn't just about making responses sound good, it's about making them make sense. SORA's new architecture is designed to prioritize logical reasoning and coherence, with the aim of generating responses that are not just grammatically correct, but also factually accurate and logically sound. But the real question is, does it work? After all, a car can have all the bells and whistles, but if it doesn't drive well, what's the point? So we decided to put SORA to the test, asking it complex questions that require a deep understanding of factual knowledge and logical reasoning. We'll delve into the results in the next scene, but for now, let's just say that SORA's improvements are not only noticeable, but they're also impactful. It's like ChatGPT went to school, studied hard, and came out smarter and more logical. But as with all things, there's always room for improvement. So stay tuned as we explore SORA's capabilities, limitations, and its position in the increasingly competitive world of AI language models. We've put SORA through its paces, asking it complex questions that require factual knowledge and logical reasoning. The goal was simple: to see if SORA could live up to its promise of delivering more factually accurate and logically sound responses. And the results? Well, they're quite promising. Let's start with SORA's knowledge base expansion. This feature allows SORA to tap into a vast reservoir of factual information and real-world context. This was evident when we posed questions about recent events, complex scientific concepts, and intricate historical data. SORA was able to pull from its expanded knowledge base, generating responses that were not only relevant but also accurate. Next up, the revamped reasoning architecture. This was designed to enhance SORA's ability to logically process and formulate its responses. When we presented SORA with hypothetical scenarios and asked it to make logical inferences, we saw a noticeable improvement in the coherence and logical flow of its responses. For example, When given a hypothetical situation about climate change and asked to predict potential outcomes, SORA was able to consider the known facts about global warming, draw logical conclusions, and articulate a coherent response. The result was a well-reasoned answer that demonstrated a solid understanding of the subject matter. But what really stood out was SORA's ability to consistently align its responses with its knowledge base. This means that SORA's responses were not only factually sound and logically coherent, but also consistent with the information it has been trained on. This consistency is a significant step forward in making AI language models more reliable and trustworthy. But as with any AI model, it's important to take these results with a grain of salt. While the results are promising, it's worth noting that SORA is still under development. Occasional factual errors and lapses in logical reasoning may still occur. Yet these teething troubles are to be expected and provide valuable feedback for further refinement and improvement. All in all, SORA's performance in our tests has shown that it's on the right track. With its enhanced factuality and reasoning capabilities, SORA is indeed shaping up to be a formidable contender in the world of AI language models. While SORA shows significant progress, occasional factual errors or illogical responses might still occur. One of the major challenges that AI language models face is the issue of understanding context and nuance. Even with the SORA update, ChatGPT might sometimes miss the mark. This could be due to a range of factors, from the complexity of the question to the model's understanding of the context, or even the way the question is phrased. Moreover, SORA, like any AI model, is only as good as the data it's trained on. If the training data contains biases or inaccuracies, these could potentially seep into the model's outputs. For instance, if the training data is skewed towards a certain demographic or perspective, SORA's responses might inadvertently reflect those biases. This is a broader issue in the field of AI, and one that researchers are actively working to address. Another limitation is that while SORA has a vastly expanded knowledge base, it's not omniscient. Its knowledge is limited to the information available up to the point of its last update. This means that it might not have the most up-to-date information on rapidly changing fields like current events or the latest scientific research. Lastly, while SORA has been designed to prioritize logical reasoning and coherence, it's not infallible. It might occasionally produce responses that, while grammatically correct, might not make logical sense or be factually accurate. It's important to remember that SORA is still under development. The team behind it is constantly working to improve its capabilities and address these limitations. As with any new technology, it's expected to have a learning curve and undergo iterative improvements. Despite these limitations, the competition in the world of AI language models is getting exciting. The introduction of SORA marks a significant step forward in the quest for more accurate, logical, and contextually aware AI language models. It's a promising development, and we're eager to see where it leads next. With SORA, the game of AI language models is heating up. The landscape of AI language models has never been more competitive, with tech giants like Google and Meta vying for the top spot. Each model brings its own strengths to the table, and SORA is no exception. Take Google's LaMDA, for example. LaMDA excels in generating contextually relevant responses, making conversations feel more natural and less robotic. It's also designed to handle open-ended conversations on any topic, a feature that's not easy to come by in AI language models. Then there's Meta's BlenderBot. BlenderBot is designed for meaningful and engaging conversations, leveraging a massive dataset to understand and respond to a wide range of inputs. It's also known for its ability to exhibit empathy, an aspect that's often overlooked in AI models. But here's where SORA stands out. While LaMDA and BlenderBot offer impressive conversational abilities, SORA's strength lies in its focus on factual accuracy and logical reasoning. This makes it a powerful tool for applications where precision and sound reasoning are paramount. However, the choice of model isn't a one-size-fits-all decision. It largely depends on your specific needs and preferences. If you value open-ended natural conversations, you might lean towards LaMDA. If empathy and engagement are your top priorities, BlenderBot could be your go-to. But if factual accuracy and logical reasoning are what you're after, SORA could be just what you need. While SORA hasn't quite dethroned the reigning ChatGPT, this major update marks a significant leap forward. It brings ChatGPT a step closer to being a true contender in the increasingly competitive world of AI language models. But as always, the race is far from over, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. What are your thoughts on the SORA update? Are you excited about its increased emphasis on factuality and reasoning? Or do you prefer the conversational abilities of LaMDA or the empathetic responses of BlenderBot? Share your comments and questions below, and let's discuss the future of AI language models together.